Hi everybody, it's Christina and thank you for joining me. So in the past we've done a card that was called a panel card, a panel easel card. Now this one is going to be the same thing but just slightly different. So this is what it will look like when it's all raised up, and as you can see the panels point in different directions. Two go this way and one goes that. And that will also fit neatly into a 5x7 box. So to make this card I have two 5x7 pieces. Now one of them I have cut down to 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that makes it easier to divide this into three to fit onto a 5x7 card. Now as you can see you've got just a small border around the edge. So now with this 6 3/4 one you're going to split this into panels, and you're going to split it into 3 equal panels of 2 1/4. Now you need these to face inwards. Two of these will go one way, the other one will turn around and face the other way. So these are going to be scored from top right to bottom left, and that will give you a score that looks like this. Now this one is going to be scored the opposite way, so this will go from top left to bottom right, and that will fit in the card like this. So now we need to fit these onto our 5x7 base, so we can just glue these in place so that it leaves a small border around the edge, and these all butt up to each other on that 5x7. So the best way to glue these in place is to open them out and lay them down on your 5x7 card base so that they have just that small border around the edge. And then when you close them up you can reinforce the creases again with your bone folder, and the same with these, you can reinforce those with your bone folder. Now you can decorate this as you wish, it's entirely up to you, but I've decided to do mine in orange, and I've gone ahead and I've created my sheets to go in my card prior to coming onto the video. It just saves a little bit of time. So these have just been ink smooshed the way I've shown you in the past, and this has got copper embossing powder. So I've laid it onto my sheet, and with a pencil I've just made some small marks of where I want that to cut, and that will be the panel that will sit in the back and hide all these joins. So once you've cut that, you can glue that in place and make sure that your flaps will still fold in. So we can now glue that one in place, and then we can come onto the flaps themselves. So once I have these in place, I'm going to do the same for my panels. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to place it on there, and I'm just going to make some small marks on there so that I know where to cut it. So there are my 3 panels, and by doing it this way I know that I have a panel that will fit each one of those. Now you can add them just as they are like this and then rescore that and bend it the way you want it to go, or you can cut them in two depending on which way this line goes. So this panel's been cut from top left to bottom right, and that will fit on there. And if I wanted to do these I'd have to cut them from top right to bottom left, and that would fit there. So that's entirely up to you, whichever way you want to do that. Now once you've done this, all easel cards need a stop, otherwise they'll just slide open. So these are the ones I've chosen from my bit box to adorn my cards. Now I think I'm going to go for these, but these are not the right shade that I want for my design. So we'll get rid of them, and with an alcohol marker we're just going to mark these dazzlers. So I'm just going to go around the edge, and then once I've done the edge I can come and do the inside. So now I can colour all the inside with my marker and leave that to dry. and then I will have colours that will match my card, and that will get glued in place and will hold that stop open. Now, from some gold card and the card that's left that I've created, I've cut some feathers, and I'm going to add these feathers to my design along here. So these have been added with foam pads, and I'm going to add these smaller ones with glue, and they're just going to be glued onto my card along there. So there's my card now completed with the feathers and the patterns on it. Got the little jewel stops in there. So I've decided to add my panel to a contrasting colour at the back, and that will just finish that off ready to send. That's been decorated with feathers. This one's been decorated with hearts and butterflies. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. Why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.